Good evening, and welcome to our celebration of excellence in teaching. I'm Jason Anderson, Chief Academic Equity and Accountability Officer for the Carroll County Public Schools System. I am pleased to welcome you to the 32nd Annual Outstanding Teacher Awards. The school system would like to acknowledge and thank the Carroll County Chamber of Commerce for their support and their partnership with this great event. We've been working with the Chamber and its members for over 25 years to annually recognize the excellent teachers we have in Carroll County. And before I turn it over, I would like to thank the Community Media Center and their outstanding staff for tonight's presentation. Not only is tonight's presentation being aired on Channel 19 and 1086, but you can also view this presentation this evening streamed live through YouTube and Facebook. And now I would like to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Stephen Lockard.
Thank you, Jason. On behalf of the Board of Education and all of Carroll County Public Schools, I'd like to welcome you to tonight's program. It's truly a pleasure for me to be here this evening to recognize our outstanding teachers. This year, we had a record 975 teacher nominations, with 725 of those teachers participating in the program. I'd like to personally congratulate all of the outstanding nominees. You work relentlessly every day to educate the students in your classes. This has never been more true than in this last year. You've been creative, innovative, determined, and passionate in your efforts to help your students achieve success, not just in the classroom, but in their everyday realities. We also recognize that your family members make many sacrifices that allow you to do the incredible work that you do in our schools and in our school communities. And so for their many sacrifices, we say thank you to your family members for their understanding and support of your efforts to educate our students. This is truly going to be a great evening, and I'm very excited to be with you. And now I'm going to turn things back over to Jason, who's going to tell us a little bit about some tremendous folks in our community that make this program a reality. Jason?
Thank you, Dr. Lockard. The Outstanding Teacher Awards program could not occur without the help of our very generous sponsors. We would like to recognize our premier sponsors, Baltimore Gas and Electric, Penguin Random House, Tevis Energy, and our corporate sponsors, Carroll Community College, Carroll Occupational Health, First Financial Federal Credit Union, and Max Realty. We would also like to thank the following Carroll County PTA and PTOs for their contributions: Carrolltown Elementary School, Century High School, Cranberry Station Elementary School, East Middle School, Manchester Elementary School, Manchester Valley High School, and Mount Airy Middle School. At this time, I would like to welcome our current Carroll County Teacher of the Year, Jenna Eamon from Winfield Elementary School, to say a few words. Jenna?
Good evening, everyone. Yes, I am Jenna Eamon. I'm the reading specialist at Winfield Elementary, and I am honored to represent Carroll County Public Schools as our current Teacher of the Year. To my fellow teachers, welcome to each of you. Tonight is a celebration of your time, your talents, and your dedication to the field of education. It is no mistake that you are here this evening. Each of you has made a difference in the lives of children, their families, your colleagues, and in your school communities. And it is my privilege to join you here this evening. As we continue to celebrate you, please remember this advice. It's the same wise words that were shared with me by the colleague who taught me most of what I know, my mom, also a Carroll County Public School teacher for more than 30 years. First, be true to yourself. Teach from your heart. There is only ever going to be one you, and you are making an impact through your instruction, the ways that you champion for students, and your collaboration with your colleagues. Next, be proud of the work that you do each and every day and teach to the fullest. You did this yesterday. You did it today. Continue doing this moving forward. Even when our days feel uncertain, one thing is you and your teaching reflect your professionalism, your work ethic, and your commitment to learning. Your impact is far-reaching and will, I am sure, be greater than you may ever know. And finally, be present. Take time to enjoy this evening's event and embrace this special moment. You are so deserving, and your colleagues near and far are applauding you. So as one of your colleagues, let me once again thank you for your dedication. I'm honored to stand alongside you and celebrate your accomplishments.
Well said, Jenna, and thank you so very much. And now I will turn things over to Mike McMullen, President of the Carroll County Chamber of Commerce, who will present the Carroll County Chamber Scholarships. Mike?
Jason, thanks. This is an event that I look forward to every year. I always love this. I wish we were live. It's so much fun. It's so exciting. It's exciting here too. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make a prediction. Next year, this time, we're live, and we've got hundreds of you guys marching across the stage because it's great to recognize all your efforts, all that you do for our kids. And you've got one of those jobs that doesn't get thanked as much as it should. You know, everybody's a critic. I'd like to see them try it. I wouldn't want it. So anyways, thank you all. So each year, the Carroll County Chamber of Commerce awards 3 scholarships to Carroll County public school educators for their continuing education. And it was very nice to get a glimpse of what these professionals are working on in their classrooms and in their schools. And tonight I'm joined by Steve Aquino from Aquino Financial Group. He's also the current chair of our board, and he's going to help me present these scholarships. And Steve will present the first one. Steve? You got to unmute, Steve.
Of course, I was the first one to screw that up. Our first scholarship recipient is Lexi Roten, 8th grade mathematics teacher, Sykesville Middle School. Lexi is pursuing a major in curriculum and instruction with a specialization in learning technologies. She feels that to best help students, teachers must become fluent with not only the curriculum, but with the technology in order to be successful with the delivery of their instruction. Taking this extra step of incorporating technology into our school day prepares students for their future careers, as many jobs require a fluent use of technology. No matter how large or small, our schools must better prepare students by making the connection between curriculum and technology to ensure that they encompass the skills needed to succeed in the real world.
Congratulations, Lexi. Very good. Our next scholarship award goes to Rebecca Romero, 5th grade STEM and Humanities teacher at Westminster Elementary School. Rebecca is currently attending McDaniel College to earn her school librarianship certification. She'll be building the skills and strategies necessary to engage learners even more. The perfect pairing of child and book can open doors to a lifetime of reading, learning, thinking, exploring. She is lengthening her list of high-quality children's books to suggest to readers. She's becoming better equipped at promoting reading and endorsing high-quality, recently written books. She hopes to share her knowledge of these books with her current and future students so they too may experience the joy of connecting to a story and the joy of quenching curiosity. She hopes to inspire learners to read books. Good work, Rebecca. Now, Steve will do the next.
Yep. Our next recipient is Melissa Fry, mathematics teacher, Century High School. Melissa will use the scholarship to pursue her master's degree. She chose a program with a course in community engagement, outreach, and collaboration in order to learn how to build stronger connections with her neighbors to provide her colleagues with more resources and her students with more opportunities. The application for mathematics has changed a great deal as technology continues to evolve in jobs and career center around growth, energy, chemistry, and computers. Courses in her master's program help her find new ways to connect student learning in the classroom to real-world technology problems and puzzles. Already, the coursework has proved valuable in providing tools for teaching in the virtual environment. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Melissa. So this year, the Chamber has chosen to recognize an educator in Carroll County Public Schools who spent his or her career ensuring the success of our school system. So I'd like to introduce to you Cindy McCabe, Chief of Schools, to present this year's honoree. Cindy?
Thank you, and good evening. It's a pleasure for me to present the Lifetime Achievement Award this evening. We have had many past winners who hold a special place in our hearts, including Dr. Chuck Ecker, Steve Guthrie, and Steve Johnson. Tonight, we celebrate someone who has dedicated 40 years of his life not only to public education, but to the Carroll County Public Schools, Mr. Tom Hill. Mr. Hill started his career in 1981 when he became a physical education teacher at West Middle School. That was a while ago. To refresh everyone's memory, in 1981, the #1 song in the country was Betty Davis Eyes by Kim Carnes. The top movie was Raiders of the Lost Ark, and the top TV show was Dallas. Tom was an excellent teacher, and after 7 years in the classroom, was showing his natural strengths as a leader. In his 1988 evaluation, his principal, Victor Makovich, commented that not only was Tom a strong instructor, but that his help in leadership of the school had been excellent. All along the way, Tom displayed what he has always been so well known for, his care and his service to others. His principal, Harry Lambert, noticed it and wrote in 1989 that Mr. Hill shows a special concern for each student in his classes. In 1994, Mr. Hill became the assistant principal at Sykesville Middle School, where his principal, Don Piles, saw exactly what made Tom special when he wrote, "Mr. Hill's strength is in his ability to communicate with people in a caring and an understanding way." Mr. Hill experienced a true highlight of his career when in 1999, he became the principal of newly opening Shiloh Middle School and dedicated himself to the students and the staff there for 6 years. In a questionnaire about himself during that time, he wrote that his special wish for the Shiloh Middle School was that every person be successful and know they are important. He came full circle as a principal in 2005 when he became principal at West Middle School, where it had all begun for him. For the past 11 years, Mr. Hill has shared his skill and talents as the director of middle schools. In that role, he has led middle school principals through good times and tough times. And for 1 year during that tenure, he was in charge of high schools as well. During his career, Tom has coached cross country, track, and volleyball. His teams have won multiple championships, and in 1986, his teams won the state championships in girls track and in volleyball. I am honored to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to Mr. Tom Hill, an educator who always genuinely cares about the people around him and always reminds us to put students first in our decision-making. May he enjoy his well-earned retirement and take pride in knowing that his legacy will be felt for years to come.
Tom, would you like to say any words or?
Yeah, I'd just like to take a second to really thank the Chamber for this honor. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor for me to serve the students, the staff, the community of Carroll County. So just from the bottom of my heart, thank you for 40 wonderful years.
Well said, and congratulations, Tom, on this much deserved honor, and best wishes in healthy retirement. We have a lot to be proud of here in Carroll County, and I would like to take a moment now to talk about the Outstanding Teacher Program. As Dr. Lockard mentioned earlier, this year we had 975 teachers in the Carroll County Public School System nominated as an outstanding teacher. Every nominated teacher was notified of their nomination and given the opportunity to participate in the competition to be considered for one of the 8 finalist awards. 725 chose to participate in the program, and a panel of judges from the Chamber of Commerce and from the education community had the difficult task of selecting 8 finalists from this amazing group of teachers. These 8 outstanding teachers will vie for the title of 2021 Carroll County Teacher of the Year and eventually the Maryland Teacher of the Year. The Carroll County Teacher of the Year will be announced at the May 12th Board of Education meeting. Once again, thanks to Buchanan Auto Stores, our Teacher of the Year will have the use of a brand new Kia during the year. And we would like to express our appreciation to Curtis Mummer, President of Buchanan Auto Stores, Everett Clark, Sales Manager, and Jim Sands, Service Manager, for continuing this wonderful partnership. Thank you. And now it's time to announce the 8 recipients of the 2021 Carroll County Chamber of Commerce Outstanding Teacher Award. We are pleased to have representatives from our premier sponsors here to announce the awards in no particular order. And now I would like to introduce Laura McCoy from BG&E to begin announcing our finalists. Laura?
Thank you. Good evening. Our first finalist this evening is Carrie Stitcher. Carrie Stitcher teaches 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grades at Spring Garden Elementary School. Carrie has taught for 20 years in Carroll County Public Schools, and her principal is Wendy Leisher. Carrie acknowledges that the last 2 years have not been easy, but believes that we have risen up to the challenge to help our students succeed. Our next finalist is Jennifer Borsick. Jennifer Borsick, an 8th grade U.S. history teacher at Northwest Middle School. Jennifer has taught for 7 years in Carroll County, and her principal is Scott Lavender. Jennifer believes that the future focus of the school system should be to encourage staff and students in empathy and essential skills, foster programs on student mental health, and virtual options that expand staff, student, and community partnerships. Next, we have Steve Findyson. Steve Findyson is an 11th and 12th grade social studies teacher at Manchester Valley High School. Steve has taught in Carroll County Public Schools for 27 years, and his principal is Joe Guara. He says that education is not about a student's GPA, their service hours, sports scores, or the number of shows in which a student has performed. A student's education is what remains with them once they leave the school. And now I'll turn it over to Alan Sonnenleiter from Tevis Energy.
Thank you, Laura. Our next finalist is Sally Powell. She's an ESOL resource teacher who works with students in grades pre-K through 12. She has been with Carroll County School System for 13 years, and her supervisor is Pamela Mesta. She believes that when we uphold the strength of students, instead of focusing on the deficits or perceived weaknesses, we put them in a position not only to be good students, but one day to be great adults. Next up is Tim Litzow. Tim is a 2nd and 5th grade STEM teacher at Lytton Springs Elementary School. He has taught in Carroll County for 12 years, and his principal is Deborah Benner. Tim's goal in the classroom is to give of himself, his energy, passion, and effort to benefit the students. He wants to look back on his years of service with pride, knowing that he contributed in some small way, not only to the academic growth of students, but also to the overall growth of a person. Next person is Dawn Dill, who teaches English to students grade 9 through 12 at Century High School. She has been a teacher at Carroll County for 9 years, and her principal is Brian Booz. Dawn believes that creating relationships is still critically important in high school, and that students need to know they are seen, heard, and respected. She views teaching as a profession of love now more than ever before, and that we need understanding and grace, not judgment. The next sponsor coming up is Erin Danello from Penguin Random House.
Thank you, Alan. Our next finalist is Megan Dash, a science teacher in the BEST program at East Middle School. This is Megan's first year teaching in Carroll County Public Schools, and Jamie Carver is her principal. Megan believes that the word "we" has never been more important in education. Together, there is nothing we can't do. We continue to make our children's education a priority and will push forward because together we are one. Our last finalist this evening is Holly Furman, a media specialist at Shiloh Middle School. Holly has been with Carroll County Public Schools for 26 years, and her principal is David Watkins. For Holly, there is no better feeling than spreading kindness without expecting something in return. Acts of kindness do not have to cost money. Do things for others just because. We encourage our students now, more than ever, to participate in random acts of kindness. Now, I'll turn it back over to Jason.
Thanks so much, Erin. And once again, congratulations to all of our finalists. On behalf of the Chamber of Commerce and the Carroll County Public School system, teachers, we salute you and challenge you to continue to build the leaders of tomorrow. Thanks again to all of our sponsors and to our school parent teacher organizations for making these awards possible. And once again, here's Mike with closing remarks.
Congratulations, everybody. Boy, this went so quickly. I know when we've had these events live, it takes a little while to usher everybody across the stage, but as all your names were called, I could just hear the audience screaming for you and saying, yeah, yeah, yeah. So you didn't get that experience, but what you did get is something that I don't think any other groups had. You can sit your kids down and your grandkids down one day, years from now, and show them this because it will still exist. I'm sure that there'll be a lot of other things that you'll win, other awards that you will garner. And the one award that I think that you guys can all take home with you at the end of every day, no matter how difficult the day is that you're in a position to truly affect a life, to change the trajectory of somebody's life from when they're young. You know, I think back to the people that had taught me. Some of them changed my life not so good because they weren't, but that's not you guys. You've got a chance to kind of tap into somebody at that age where they need some wisdom and they need some help and they need some encouragement. And I'm encouraged to see the 8 of you, the 11 of you, to know that you guys are an example of what we have here in Carroll to teach our kids. And my script says that we've been doing this for a long time, and we've done this with the schools for a long time, and it's a great relationship that we have. And I think you may see this type of relationship kind of in certain other areas throughout the state, but we're pretty proud of the fact that I think it's very, very special here. We look at education as the building blocks to the business community. You know, you guys educate them, you get them through school, the businesses hire them, we try to keep them close to home. So we just love being a part of this. Our sponsors, they've sponsored this every year religiously, year in and year out. And I want to thank everybody who's had a part in this, volunteers from the business community, the education community. All of your work makes this happen. I want to thank the students, the parents, the educators who nominate you folks. I mean, how many were nominated again? What the script say? Almost like 1,000. That's crazy. But I guess it's not when you consider the excellence we have right here in Carroll. So I would not be an event of mine unless I did not encourage you to don't forget chamber members are local. They're your friends. They're your neighbors. Try to keep your money local whenever you can. Go to our website, carrollcountychamber.org. We've got 625 members. So before you jump on Amazon, which all of us do to a point, check out the local folks too. It really does help. And just once again, congratulations to everybody who was nominated, everybody who won. Thanks for joining us this evening. For those who are watching at home, be kind to one another, and we'll see you next year face to face. I guarantee it. So have a great evening. Thank you so much.